Hello, CEO or senior leader. Jill Christensen here with a short video about why it's important for you, yes, you, to engage in your company's employee engagement journey. First things first, what is employee engagement? Engaged employees trust leadership and feel an emotional connection to your company. And because of this, they go above and beyond the call of duty and give you a lot of discretionary effort. That's why employee engagement matters. Your employees go to work every day and they have a choice. They can give you 110% discretionary effort, or they can give you scraps. The culture in which they are being asked to do their job has a major bearing on the choice they make. As you probably know, most organizations have crappy, dysfunctional cultures, and because of this, millions of employees in every industry, in every country, amongst every generation of workers, are disengaged. Only 13% of global workers are engaged, and in the United States, the number is between 31 and 34%, depending on what research organization you ask. Needless to say, it's in your best interest to have engaged employees because the benefits are real. Organizations with the highest levels of employee engagement outperform their peers 147% in earnings per share and have a 90% better growth trend than their competition and have 10% higher customer ratings. This sounds good, doesn't it? Additionally, engaged employees are 87% less likely to leave an organization, and we all know that employee retention is a major issue facing businesses today. It's costly, but it can be avoided if you create a great culture that no one can imagine leaving. Research organizations have been conducting workplace surveys for decades to measure employee engagement among workers. And guess what? Virtually no progress has been made in 40 years. The numbers are remaining the same, plus or minus a point or two. So in spite of the fact that billions of dollars are being spent on employee engagement, and 87% of C-suite executives recognize that disengaged employees are among the biggest threats to their business, crappy, dysfunctional workplace cultures still reign supreme. So the big question on the table is why? I set out to find the answer to that question as I was conducting research for my book, If Not You Who? Cracking the Code of Employee Disengagement. Based on the research that I conducted, very little progress has been made because traditional approaches to employee engagement do not work, yet they are still embraced by many companies. And what is the most popular traditional approach to improve employee engagement? Senior leaders outsource culture change to human resources. I repeat, no progress has been made because senior leaders outsource culture change to HR. Although you may think that this is a dig against HR, it's not. Strategic HR people can be a great asset to your organization. However, although HR owns employee engagement in 95% of organizations around the globe, HR doesn't own the people who have the greatest impact on your culture, your managers. You own your managers, and you can get them to do things that HR cannot. It's just the truth. Culture change cannot be managed as a grassroots initiative. Culture change is a strategic initiative that starts at the top. For this reason, your organization needs you to engage in and champion your journey. Why? Because when the CEO speaks, people listen. It's the truth. You have the ability to empower your managers to act on a specific set of actions to re-engage employees and then to hold those managers accountable for their results. And this is exactly what you need to do. If HR stands up and asks managers to do this, managers may listen and they may not. Managers will listen to you. So the success of your employee engagement journey lies in your hands. Once you are on board, we're going to ask you to lead manager town hall meetings and communicate to your managers specific actions that they need to do in 4 key areas to re-engage employees. Why 4 areas? Because these 4 areas are proven to increase the trust employees feel in your senior leaders and to increase the emotional connection employees have to your company. And that, my friend, is the definition of employee engagement. People say to me all the time, employee engagement is so difficult. The truth, it's not difficult. The definition of culture is how we do things here. So in order for you to change your culture and re-engage employees, your managers simply need to do things here differently tomorrow than they are doing here today. It's that simple. However, they won't act unless you ask them to. When I worked in a large Fortune 500 company, we executed on this strategy. In 1 year, we increased employee engagement 12 points, and our stock rose 26%. I've partnered with organizations in the past 3 years who have executed on this strategy, and they all increased employee engagement between 5 and 33 points in 6 months. I'm sharing these results with you to give you hope. If a 100-year-old telecommunications company that was political and hierarchical and bureaucratic could re-engage 35,000 employees in 55 countries, you can re-engage your employees. But it starts with you. The person who shared this video with you can't succeed alone, and neither can HR. I trust you see the value and know the payoff is real for your shareholders, your customers, your vendors, your board, your suppliers, your employees, your community, and your leadership team. There are people in your organization who have dedicated themselves to this course so they know exactly what to do step by step to execute a successful employee engagement journey. They have everything inside of them that they need to succeed. Everything. But you have the power to activate it. So I'm asking you, are you in?